Hey guys, is it possible to see mantra? What is a mantra? Mantras are sacred sounds mentioned in ancient Hindu texts, and even today, thousands and thousands of people chant these mantras during meditation, rituals, etc. But is it possible to visually see how these mantras look? So my friend and I have been trying to visualize the mantras, and we have built this device, and let me show you what this is. It's basically a nice vibrating piece of latex or rubber stretched over the mouth of a long cylinder, and we have put a simple mirror in the center of the latex in front of it. This cylinder is hollow. There is nothing inside when you look at it from the other side. Now, here's a laser pointer, and I'm going to adjust the laser so that the laser light can hit the center of the mirror. The light from the laser pointer starts here, hits the mirror, and is now reflected onto the wall on the opposite side. Okay? The light just looks like a dot on the wall because the latex and the mirror are stationary. They're not moving, right? Now, if I make a sound through the cylinder, for example, I chant a mantra, watch what happens to the light pattern on the wall. So let's try some ancient mantra through this device and see how this mantra looks visually. Okay, the mantra I'm going to try now is called Shreem. This is the mantra of Goddess Lakshmi. Okay, so let me try chanting the mantra Shreem. Shreem, 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 Shreem. Okay, so you're looking at the visual representation of the mantra. This is the first time we are visually seeing how ancient mantras really look. And this is very, very interesting. I'm turning off all the lights and showing it to you because you can see how the Shreem mantra looks in close-up. And this is very, very interesting to watch because it's not a static frequency. I'm basically chanting a mantra which has a beginning and ending. You can see that the pattern appears for a second and then disappears when the mantra ends, right? So it is very hard to catch it because it disappears before you can fully grasp it. Now, we're actually looking at the visual representation of the mantra, okay? How is this happening? When I chant a mantra through the cylinder, the sound waves move through the air onto this flexible solid, which also picks up the waves. Now, I have transferred the sound from the air to the solid medium because I can see the solid unlike the air. But I still can't see it clearly. So I have attached this mirror to the flexible latex. So the mirror will also vibrate at the same frequency. Now, the light that's reflected on the mirror will also change because of the sound waves. So the sound waves or frequencies sent through the cylinder can be seen visually on the wall. Now, I'm going to test the sound of AUM mantra on this device. But before that, why did I even think of building this MANTRASCOPE? Why am I testing these mantras? What is a mantra? A mantra means uncorrupted or unpolluted sound in its purest form. Mantras are usually chanted 108 times to gain several advantages. There is a specific type of mantra called Bij mantra or seed mantras. They are considered the seeds of everything. You chant them 108 times to gain physical strength, to attain a meditative state of mind, and gain a lot of other physical and spiritual advantages. What is the difference between these seed mantras and other sounds? These mantras are special vibrating sounds beyond human interpretation. They are purely sounds without any meanings. Now, what do I mean by this? I'm talking to you right now. These are all sounds I'm making with my vocal cords, and you're able to understand the meaning of it. Right now, you're only focusing on understanding the meaning of what I'm saying. Your mind is not paying attention to the sound itself because it's busy translating these sounds into meanings. Now, suddenly if I say, clean stream room, there's a complete blank in your mind. Your mind is just puzzled because there's no meaning for these sounds at all. You no longer look at the meanings and you have to absorb the sound as it is. And this is the main effect of seed mantra, using the sound as it is. It's not the meaning, but the sound itself is used for the benefit of your mind, your body, and many other benefits. The field of mantra is a very important scientific study done by ancient Indians. They were able to document the effect of pure sounds on the body, the mind, and nature itself. And of course, you can ask, is this really a scientific study? Is this really science? Isn't this some fuzzy religious theory? Do we have actual scientific evidence that sounds alter your mind and body? I think it's fairly easy to understand that sounds alter your state of mind. This is why we love music, and you also listen to music in a totally different language, which you don't understand the meaning of the words. Someone plays the violin a certain way, and you will automatically go back to your past and start thinking of all the mistakes you made. If a bird makes a fabulous mating call, suddenly you start feeling romantic even though you're not a bird. So it is not hard to understand that sounds alter your state of mind. But do sounds really have an effect on your body? In 1957, a Russian-born scientist by the name of Vladimir Gavrilov was working in France, and he and his teammates were working in a lab in the city of Marseille. All of them started to get fever, headaches, and nausea, and they vomited multiple times a day, sparking the fear that they had all caught an infectious disease. But when everybody went home and stayed home, the mysterious illness went away and everyone became healthy. But then they all returned back to this lab and they all got sick again. This was a physics lab. There were no chemicals or live animals or something like that. So they realized something was going on in that building that was making them sick. And they eventually found out that large cooling fans were newly installed and they were generating low-frequency sound waves, which was making everyone sick. When they got rid of the fans, everyone became normal. Now, Vladimir became so intrigued by this event that sounds can affect your body, he invented the very first sonic weapon, a weapon that creates sound to kill people. It was called canon sonique, and the French military at that time tried to use it unsuccessfully because they could not find out a way to focus these sound waves only on their enemies. So the people operating this device could also die just like their enemies because the sound waves travel everywhere. Wikipedia says Vladimir patented this prototype, and we can still find it in the French Patent Office. Okay, so it is a scientific fact that sounds can alter your body and mind. It's not a myth. Ancient Hindus used the same concept and created mantras. By chanting certain sounds in certain frequencies, you can alter the mind and body. Okay, now let's try Om mantra and see how it visually looks, okay? Because Om is considered the mantra of all mantras. It is considered the frequency of all beginnings and ends. So let me chant the Om mantra through the cylinder and see what happens. Let's find out. Om, Om. I could see something like an infinity, guys. I don't know. I could see a sign like an infinity, which is weird. You see this? It looks like infinity or like a, sometimes even DNA strand. That's odd. Let me turn off the lights, and I'm gonna see if we can get a better look at this, because this is really interesting. So it's pretty interesting, guys. So when I chant the Aum mantra, I saw something like an infinity. Especially when I turned off all the lights, I could see better. It looked like an infinity, sometimes even maybe three loops. It looks like a DNA strand or something like that. But then when I chanted more and more, there was also a weird vibration, right? So it just sort of, there was a reverberation. So let me go to the computer and let's see how everything looks when we slow it down, okay? So I slowed this footage down, and you can tell that an interesting infinity symbol shows up when I chant Om. Is this just a coincidence? I don't know. It's really weird because according to ancient Hinduism, Om is the sound of infinity and beyond. This is why Om is called Pranava mantra, or the primordial mantra, or the sound of the universe. Please let me know what you think about why Om looks like infinity. Is there a connection, or is this just a bizarre coincidence? I have not finished designing this MANTRASCOPE. I don't like the fact that these patterns disappear immediately, and we have to go to the computer every time and slow it down and see how it looks. So we're going to make some more changes to it, and hopefully I can show an improved version soon. Now, this device was made with the help of people like you who support me. After my YouTube channel almost got banned, a lot of people went to my Patreon page and started donating money, and we were able to build this MANTRASCOPE so fast, even during this lockdown, because of these donations that you guys gave me. So I really do appreciate your help and support, and I hope to build a lot more new things related to ancient technology. I hope you guys like this video. I am PraveenMohan. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and also click on the bell button to get all the updates. Please give this video a thumbs up and do share it with your friends. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.